We know that they're all closed. We know that 11 million people right now are unemployed from that industry alone on the unemployment rolls. And what we found out is what the Senate so far has done doesn't work for them. Because the Paycheck Protection Program works for businesses that are still businesses. They are still functioning. They still need employees. The restaurants are closed for weeks already and might have to be closed for months more. Now, Governor Gavin Newsom of California just came out with his plan for reopening, maybe in June, maybe in July, maybe in August. We don't quite know. But one thing stands out to anyone who owns one of these businesses, and he said that they are going to have to operate on a completely different paradigm. Maybe half the customers. So ask yourself, does Betsy, who runs a diner, is she going to get up at 3 in the morning to open up that business for half the profit? Is somebody going to build a 50-foot bar to have 8 different patrons at it? Or are they all going to go out of business? And will our Main Street be closed? The Paycheck Protection Plan was not meant to save those people, and it can't. But there is a possible way, and on Good Friday, Donald Trump teased it during one of his pressers.
Well, it's something that we've already suggested. We're talking to him. Business interruption insurance. I'd like to see these insurance companies. You know, you have people that have paid. When I was in private, I had business interruption. When my business was interrupted through a hurricane or whatever it may be, I'd have business where I had it. I didn't always have it. Sometimes I had it. Sometimes I have a lot of different companies. But if I had it, I'd expect to be paid. You have people, I speak mostly to the restaurateurs, where they have a restaurant. They've been paying for 25, 30, 35 years, business interruption. They've never needed it. All of a sudden they need it. And I'm very good at reading language. I did very well in these subjects, okay? And I don't see the word pandemic mentioned. Now, in some cases it is. It's an exclusion. But in a lot of cases, I don't see it. I don't see reference, and they don't want to pay up. I would like to see the insurance companies pay if they need to pay, if it's fair. And they know what's fair, and I know what's fair. I can tell you very quickly.
So what is loss of business insurance? That's an expensive policy that restaurant owners, bar owners, and other business owners have had to buy into for years. In case there's a massive loss of business, that they can no longer make money, it covers them. The policies are very, very expensive. Right now, the insurance companies aren't paying them out, however. Why not? Well, after SARS, they wrote in the little fine type that says, in case of a disease, they don't have to cover anything. Now, here's another problem for the insurance companies. This isn't simply a disease. The government has shut you down. The government has told these businesses that they cannot be open. Now, unlike the banks, the insurance companies already have a list of all the people who've been paying in. They've taken the money that's been paid in. They have the methods of distributing the money, and they don't have to have some senator or some congressman make up a formula for how much money those people should get. That's all in the databases. This is the group of companies that Congress should be going to. Now, we know that the insurance company doesn't want to pay out anybody, ever. We've been through this personally in our lives. But there is a point right now, and that's that the insurance business would probably collapse under the weight of bailing out an entire country's worth of businesses at once. But if the Senate is already backing up people and trying to save Main Street because they've shut it down, the Senate owes a right to the insurance agencies that they will say, we get your back and you will not collapse if you help us to keep our Main Street going right now. Rent was due on April 1st. 5 days later, people started to get late notices. And on Wednesday, some people started to get eviction notices. This is not some futuristic hypothetical. This is real. This is happening right now. Decisions are being made. Now, for a lot of people on Wall Street and in Washington, money will be made. They don't really care if America is defined by big box stores and chain restaurants. But for the people out there who care about the nature of their towns, their middle class, the entrepreneurs, the people who risk everything to do these small businesses, they care. Hopefully our politicians care. But if they show that they don't, we should remember that. I'm Chris Bedford.